Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I've got some really cool things coming up that I want to announce, but real quick, I want to talk about last weekend. This was my Dancer as Motif workshop, which we did in New York City. It was amazing, mostly thanks to the 12 amazing students that showed up. I couldn't have asked for better participants. This was a ton of fun. This was a cross-media workshop. We were photographing ballet. This was taught by myself and my friend Alexandra Light, who is a principal at Texas Ballet Theater, as well as a choreographer. So we essentially spent the entire weekend in a downtown Manhattan loft studio with 12 students, 3 ballet dancers, covering a wide range of photography techniques and studying dance form in both still and motion type scenarios. Now, we started each day covering what we would be shooting. So I covered photographic elements, things like shape, line, gesture, composition. Alexander would then cover dance technique, proper form, things to look for that you want to shoot, and things that you probably don't. Then we'd get straight to work shooting. So day one was mostly form, with pretty much little to no motion. We just wanted to understand how lines, shape, gesture, all these things work together. We'd start with the dancers solo, and then we would do duos, and finally we'd present them as a trio. So the idea is starting simple and slowly adding complexity. Now the second day involved the dancers in motion. And again, the idea of adding complexity, we'd start with one dancer. Alexander would give them a phrase to repeat so the students could start to see patterns in motion and begin to anticipate what they found ideal photographic points. We then added duos, and then finally the trio settings. We worked on both freezing motion with higher shutter speeds to actually incorporating motion with lower speeds. And I want to say that working with a choreographer in a setting like this, especially one of the caliber of Alexander, was completely amazing. This was an extremely unique workshop crossing 2 disciplines that is really rare in this industry. The students all kept up at a really high level and got some outstanding work. This was a huge success, and we will definitely be doing this again in the future. So I am really happy about how this turned out. And I want to make this point because, as most of you know, I've done this YouTube channel now for 16 years, which is a long time. And I love making videos. I still want to continue to do that. I love doing it, but I wanted to add another element into this. And teaching on YouTube is such a one-way street sometimes because I'm just talking to a camera. I don't actually get to work with you guys as students, critique work, and be able to work with you on things and show you how things are done. It's just kind of like, here's the information a lot of the time. And so that's one thing I wanted to do about 2 years ago when I wanted to start branching out and doing actual workshops. So I could divide that up a little bit and give you guys an opportunity to do that. And so Dancer's Motif was an incredible opportunity to do that. We'll do it again. I had my trip to Japan last year, and I try to offer things at all price point levels because I realize some of these, especially when you get into going to foreign countries, can be relatively expensive. So I want to talk about 2 things that are coming up that I'm super excited about. So first up is my Visually Speaking Masterclass. This is going to be an online masterclass. This begins May 12th. It's based around some of the topics that I discuss in my book, which you may have remembered that I announced last November. And by the way, that kind of sold out really fast, but I am happy to announce that this is back in stock. I will put a link in the show description if you were interested in this. But anyway, I took some of the more challenging concepts in this book, and I thought it would be really cool to do a masterclass around this idea. So this is actually an online masterclass. So you'll be able to do this from the comfort of your own home. And the way this works is we're going to be doing it on Zoom. The whole thing, this is just a small group of people that will be doing this. So every day there will be some kind of lesson and there will be some kind of an assignment. We will meet every other day. That will give you an off day to actually do your work for your assignment. You'll be able to do this in your own surroundings, which makes it kind of nice, and then bring everything back, and we're going to be able to critique things the next day, and then we're going to wash, rinse, and repeat. So this goes on for a week and a half, and if you want to see the whole agenda and curriculum on this, I will put a link in the show description below. I'm really excited to be doing this. I think that it's going to be something that's a lot of fun. We're going to cover some heavy concepts here, and the whole idea is that you come out of this workshop kind of leveling up as a photographer. I don't want you to come out being the same photographer you were when you started, but I want to get you a direction where you're starting to think differently and think about some concepts that are going to push your own photography in a whole new direction. And so I'm really excited to be doing this. It's the first time I've done an online masterclass like this, and so nobody has to travel. This will be really fun. It starts in about a month. So if you want to sign up, I suggest you do it pretty soon. We've got a few slots full already from the mailing list, but anyway, I hope you guys would consider doing that. Now, next up, we've got 2 zine workshops coming up this summer. What is a zine, you might be asking? Well, a zine, it's kind of short for magazine, but it's not a book. It's something that's a smaller piece. I made this one last year. It's a little zine on clouds. It's just a short photographic idea that I explore over the course of a bunch of pages. This is a really cool thing, I think, to do to get your photography into a level where you're thinking about it completely different. Now you're looking at it as narrative. I've had students that would take these, and I've actually had a couple that have turned these into book projects where they've actually done a full book that was published. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. If you would like to make a zine and you would like to do it with me, this is a good course to sign up for. We've got 2 coming up. The first one is going to be June 7th. The second one is going to be July 26th. The way this works, we will meet once a week. And every week I will give you a bunch of instruction based on your project and you'll start building it. There'll be an assignment. The best week for me, or my favorite anyway, is week 3. And so this is the week that we divide into small groups. So you'll be able to get one-on-one instruction from me. We're going to look at our projects. I'll give you direct feedback. You'll also get feedback from your peers. It's a really strong thing to do. And I mean, this is the part that I love the most. So if you were interested in these, I will put links in the show description below. One other thing that I do want to mention, because I get asked about it a lot, is are we going to do Japan again this year? And the answer is yes. It is going to be a little bit different trip. I think it's going to be even stronger than it was last year, and that says a lot. I just don't want to do the same trip every year. I want to be able to expand it and do new cool things. And so we are going to do it. We don't have the dates finalized yet. David Brookover is actually coming to the studio to visit me this next week, and we're going to go over a lot of that stuff. Essentially, it will be the same time of year. So this will be autumn color, and it was late last year. We're assuming it probably will be late again this year. So we'll be right around or after Thanksgiving. So late November, early December is what we're looking at. So if you want to know any of this stuff, and if you want to know about it as soon as we know, and you don't want to wait for a video, please sign up for the mailing list, because that will be in the show description as well. That'll give you everything that you're probably looking for. Anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, later.